HTV News Source is sponsored by CN Vision Image Consulting and Chi Products.
You're watching HTV, Houston Television News Source, a product of the City of Houston. Your story, your voice, your station.
Hello, welcome to this edition of HTV News Source. I'm your host, Mariana Oyanguren. Mayor Sylvester Turner, Harris County Judge Lina Hidalgo, and other leaders from the Census Bureau held a press conference to inform residents how important it is to be counted in the 2020 census. If people don't participate in a census, we face the possibility of losing millions of dollars at the city, county, and state level. Money needed to build parks, hospitals, and even losing congressional seats in Congress. Mayor Turner explains.
We must get a full and accurate 2020 census count of everyone living in the city, everyone living in the county, and the U.S. Constitution requires a census every 10 years to ensure equal representation for all communities. The data determines how more than $800 billion, let me underscore, $800 billion in federal resources will be allocated. The Census 2020 will determine the number of congressional seats, redistricting, and the distribution of billions of dollars in federal funding to support infrastructure and vital programs needed for our communities.
In other news, Mario Diaz, director of Houston's airport system, and other leaders celebrated a ribbon-cutting ceremony of the brand new traffic control tower in Ellington Field. Check it out. The Houston airport system celebrated the opening of the new traffic control tower in Ellington Field with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. Director Mario Diaz explained.
From up there, that is the cab, where you look out over the airfield. It is stunning. It is spectacular. At 143 feet in the air, you can see to the edge of the coast of Houston, Galveston Bay, and you can look out to the north, and you can look at over this entire airfield. As to the technical capabilities, this tower looks like any tower that you might find in the United States or around the world. But when you really look inside, you'll see a special capability. In this facility, we will in the future, in the near future hopefully, be able to allow a company of the federal government to track a spacecraft from beyond the Kármán line in space all the way down to the runways of Ellington.
This new tower cost $12.4 million and replaces the old one, which was built in 1955. The new tower will be able to provide services to the military, Texas Air National Guard, and soon commercial air traffic.
This is just one in many investments that we're making in the Houston Spaceport. We will be having a ribbon-cutting groundbreaking ceremony soon, in the next month, to dedicate the first $19 million of Phase 1 infrastructure for the spaceport. We will be bringing to council, hopefully soon, some companies that will join with us and partner with us in making the spaceport grow.
Arturo Machuca, general manager of Ellington Field, was very excited to see this become a reality.
I'm so excited. I mean, I'm just really beyond belief. I'm really happy. This is a big development for Ellington Airport. I'd like to talk about how this indicates and signals the recommitment that the City of Houston, the Houston Airport system, has made for, to Ellington Airport.
A government grant will help cover the cost of designing and constructing the new tower. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Vets, you served our country, and now you're home looking for a job. But how often have you applied and never heard back? That can be frustrating. That's why Edge for Vets was created, to open the world for you. The Houston Airport system and its business partners are hiring and offer this unique opportunity to get an edge in the interview process. To find out more, contact us at edgeforvets.org.
Diversity means celebrating our differences. When we learn from and engage our differences, we build a more peaceful and prosperous society with dignity, respect, and fairness for all.
Diversity means freedom.
Diversity to me is respect for everyone and acceptance for everyone.
Diversity means choice. Here in Houston, diversity is neither good nor bad, it just is. What we choose to make of our diversity is up to us. Will it be a source of strength or a liability? But I have faith in Houston, and I know that we're problem solvers, we're community builders, and we'll work together to make the best of our wonderful community.
Welcome back to HTV News Source. Stephen Hall is a retired Air Force veteran who was appointed by Mayor Sylvester Turner to run the Veterans Affairs office in City Hall. Hall has already started to implement initiatives to help veterans make a smooth transition from the military to a civilian life. HTV sat down with Stephen Lee Hall, the new Director of Veterans Affairs for the city of Houston. With over 20 years in the Air Force and now retired, he is planning to implement new initiatives to help over 280,000 veterans living in the Bayou City.
This office bridges between VA and the county resources, state resources, and federal resources. So we act in a sense on some level as a liaison. We also champion the programs that may be VA-centric or those that may be county-centric or state-centric and that sort of thing, and find the commonalities between the two so that we're not reinventing the wheel.
Some of the initiatives include suicide awareness and prevention, also healthy reintegration, which means having veterans transition from serving in the military to a civilian life.
There's basically three spheres that define transition or successful transition. Now, it's all based on a foundation of holistic health and well-being, but the three spheres are basically educational attainment, which is everything from a certificate, a degree, licensure, that sort of thing. Vocational proficiency, which is how does a military member or spouse adequately capture their skill sets and translate that into a civilian occupation. And then financial literacy, which takes you well beyond balancing a checkbook or just being financially responsible.
Houston has become the flagship city in the country.
Quite frankly, Houston is the center of gravity for opportunity. Gainful employment, low taxes, very friendly community, some of the most diverse city in the United States. And so I think it lends itself a great deal to that population, and I think that kind of answers, in an anecdotal way. When you talk about gainful employment in IT, global construction, logistics, allied health, you name it, this is an opportunity not just for those that came from Houston, but any other military population that's looking to call Houston home or any place home.
Many veterans that come to Houston are integrated into positions of law enforcement or the fire department. The Houston Municipal Courts are giving people a chance to pay their tickets without being arrested. The program is called Fresh Start Spring Amnesty. During the last 3 weeks, court officials have been encouraging people to come in and resolve their cases. For those of you who still need to pay citations, the amnesty program ends tomorrow, April 6th at 11:59 p.m. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this short break.
Where action takes place on stage
and on the field.
Where history is made on Earth.
And in outer space.
Where you can experience global culture
without leaving town.
Sometimes you just need an escape.
Or a new adventure.
But no matter your taste, Houston's full of flavor.
So get out this weekend and make my Houston yours.
It looks good, no? We worked hard.
Get in the truck.
Human trafficking takes many forms, and all of it bad. If you suspect someone's a victim, call 888-3737-888. Learn the signs at watchfortraffic.org.
We believe that every baby deserves the best possible start. Unfortunately, not all babies get one. March of Dimes is changing that. By participating in March for Babies, you're joining a community that can solve even the toughest problems. Because together, we can raise critical funds to fight for the health of all moms and babies. And that makes the future brighter for us all. Sign up today at marchforbabies.org.
Welcome back to HTV News Source. The City of Houston's Department of Special Events puts on an incredible children's festival. The kids had a chance to enjoy rides, food, face painting, and more. Special Events Director Susan Christian explains.
Hey, what's up?
The Houston Children's Festival is one of the oldest annual festivals in Houston. The City of Houston is proud to partner. They're our official children's festival. Let me tell you how they have grown over the years. They are the largest children's festival in the United States.
How about that?
And what makes them so special is it's a great event. So as an example, this year they'll have Paw Patrol, they'll have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They have a lot of just incredible things that attract kids. You get to have a lot of fun with games and various things to play on, play with.
Going down.
A lot of education.
Give it to his mouth.
Oh, really did it. Great for the family, kids of all ages. The really cool part of why we embraced the Houston Children's Festival and moved it onto city property 23 years ago is because they are a major fundraising arm for child advocates.
And your tickets over the years, we are proud to say, have raised over $5.6 million for child advocates. So thank you for being here today.
And child advocates is all about taking care of those who have no means of being taken care of through our court system. This festival, which originated right here in Houston, Texas, has now blossomed all across the United States. And the City of Houston is a part of that. The Civic Celebration program embraces those events that lift our community up. That's why I'm so proud of the Houston Children's Festival, because it's a great event for our families, but it's even more important because it lifts up those underserved people, underserved because they have no one else except to rely on a child advocate who thinks only of them, not only through the court system, but for the rest of their lives. So we're proud to partner with them.
Next week, we have a story regarding the homeless and what the City of Houston is doing to get them into new housing. Thanks for watching this edition of HTV News Source. I'm your host, Mariana Oyanguren. Until next time, have a great day, and thanks for watching HTV. Your story, your voice, your station. Goodbye.
HTV News Source is sponsored by CN Vision Image Consulting and Chi Products.